like to come with him anywhere.
I'll give you this. This is what we sing.
Okay.
And
My turn.
so when did you get back?
On February 8th.
Is it cold here?
Yes.
India?
Basically, it's very cold this time. I have been staying here since 7 to 8 years now. But I don't know why this time I'm feeling more cold. Maybe it's because I was in India for 3 months.
Early, or are you supposed to come back now?
I was supposed to come back now.
So how's that day been doing? You've been busy getting your family back?
Yeah.
So we're going to chant.
Okay.
We chant, we're Vaishnava, so we worship Krishna, Lord Krishna. And the most recent incarnation, avatar, of Krishna is called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The picture is up there on the altar. And so we're going to chant first the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we're going to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And you can join if you like. You feel happy about joining, they're very nice.
Thank you.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Charidev ki jai. Jai Giri Govardhan ki jai. Nitai Go Hari Bol, All Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. All glorious to your Shabbat ki jai.
Page 38. Page 38.
Page 35.
38. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Viskanvitam Cha Om Akina Timridhasya Kyananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Puja Shri Guru Varga Vandita Mahabhavan Vithaya Sada Parva Parya Parampara Prachita Pragya Pramurta Krite Bhakti Nirmala Nirtasya Nimritam Samrakshakam Sadaram Vande Shri Guru Devam Ananda Shira Acharya Vardanijam Gurva Vishta Supurukam Guru Ganar Ashisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastane Nipunam Shri Rupa Putananugam Govinda Vidam Udvalam Mahathanum Bhaktianvitam Sundaram Vande Vishwa Guru Vidya Bhagavad Pranohi Vijapadam Evam Divya Talam Suchanda Varnam Varakarchelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sedikaparanam Aragya Vidyamburim Shri Sanatanidim Shubhaktilasitam Sarasvatanam Varam Vande Tam Subharamarikasaranam Yashishvaram Shri Radharam Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vito Gurya Guram Vaye Bhato Banariva Pabata Lagane Yogora Sankirtanai Mayavada Timgora Ragatan Urachi Jivani Man Krishna Prema Subhadigahan Sukam Radhabhum Tam Bhaje Namo Bharkeshwaraya Bhakti Vaduta Murtaye Gorangi Pada Brangaya Radhabhava Nishevine Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Sastragya Samraja Radha Rasa Sudani Dim Gora Vrajashri Shesha Vaishnavaya Vanya Vigraham Jagannath Prabhu Vande Pranadim Vreda Vaishnavam Vanchakalpatriyubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ashtattvamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktivataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Namo Mahavaranaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Krishe Namaha Jaitam Suratopam Gur Mama Manda Matergati Matsarvasva Parambojo Radhamadana Mohano Yajadagariva Patumada Srimad Radhaga Sivastanasto Sri Gandharva Sriva Govinda Devo Krishna Savior Bano Smarani Srimad Rasa Rasarami Sivaka Tasasita, Prashant Venu Smada Gopi, Gopi Vyamata Shri Desuna, Vridaya Tulsi Devaya, Priyaya Kesavasya Krishna Bhakti Pradade, Satyavata Namo Namah, Atadakam Prabhu, Guru Bhagavatartadan, Yasan Jagadu, Fatato Jayamudiraye, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivastava Gaura Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, you like to read it?
Okay, no. And that's okay.
I offer my obeisance unto the lotus feet of my Guru, the predecessor Gurus, the Lord's devotees, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Sri Radha, Sri Jiva, Sri Rupa's followers, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Dev, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev's associates, Sri Radha Krishna, Sri Lalita Devi, Sri Vishaka Devi, and all of their associates.
I offer my obeisance unto Gurudev, who has opened my eyes, which are blinded with darkness of ignorance, with the salve of divine knowledge.
I go my eternal obeisance to my Gurudev, the best of Acharyas, Srila Bhakti Yoga Acharya Maharaj. He is the ever vigilant, stalwart guardian of the current of pure devotion, whose highest form flows from our most worshipful Puri, who found the Guru Varga in their exclusive dedication to Mahabhava, Srimati Radharani.
I offer my obeisance unto he who perfectly fulfills his Guru Dev's most cherished desires, who is fully adorned with the blessings of his Guru Dev's associates, who is expert in all aspects of Vedic knowledge, both conceivable and inconceivable, who is the preeminent follower of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu's line, who is known as Govinda, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj, who is beautiful, effulgent, exalted form is infused with pure devotion, who is the Guru of the entire universe, and who is the giver of the seed of divine love for the Supreme Lord.
I offer my obeisance unto my Lord, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, whose speech is most pleasing, whose divine form is adorned with the garments, the color of the newly risen sun, who is an abode of intense, ecstatic devotion, who is the sadhu's sole choice, who is an ocean of renunciation and knowledge, who is treasure house of perfect conclusion, who is repellent with pure devotion, who is the best of Srila Saraswati Thakur's followers, who is the giver of all good, who is leading general of the Tridandi Sannyasi, who is my soul shelter.
I saw my Lord, who is known as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, within the Gaudiya Sampradaya lineage of Gurus. He shines like the sun in the morning sky. Through the Sankirtan of Sriman Mahaprabhu, he rescues the souls engulfed within the belly of the Timingila of illusionism and bestows upon them the ecstasy of swimming in the nectar ocean of divine love for Krishna.
I offer my obeisance to the divine form of the devotee Avadu, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, who is a honeybee at Sri Gaura Sundar's lotus feet and a servant of Srimati Radharani, imbued with deep loving attachment.
I offer my obeisance unto Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakur, the embodiment of Sri Gaura Sundar's potency. He is the king of all knowledge of the scriptures of pure devotion and an ocean of nectar of devotion to Srimati Radharani.
I offer my obeisance unto my Lord, the ocean of divine love, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He is the senior-most devotee and worshipped by all who have taken shelter in Sri Navadvip Dham and Sri Vrajra Dham.
Again in and again I offer my obeisance unto the Supreme Lord's devotees, who are saviors of the fallen, oceans of mercy, and wish-fulfilling trees.
I offer my obeisance unto the fivefold manifestations of Sri Krishna, known as Panchatattva. He forms as a devotee, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He is expounded form as a devotee, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. His avatara as devotee, Sri Advaita Prabhu. His pure devotee, led by Srivasa Thakur. And his devotional energies, led by Sri Gadadhar Pandit.
Again and again I offer my obeisance unto you, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the supremely merciful golden form of Sri Krishna, the giver of Krishna Prema.
All glory to the merciful Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan. Though I am lame and wicked, they are my soul's shelter, and their lotus feet are everything to me.
I meditate upon Sri Radha, Sri Govinda, being worshipped by their dear girlfriends, and to sit upon a throne within a beautiful jewel temple beneath the wish-fulfilling trees of the divine abode of Vrindavan.
May Gopinath, the beautiful originator of the Rasa Leela, who stands on the river bank of Vamsivat and attracts the gopis with his flute song, bestow auspiciousness upon me.
Again and again, I offer my obeisance unto Vrinda Devi, who is known as Tulsi Devi and Satyavati, who is most dear to Krishna and who bestows devotion to Krishna upon us.
Having offered obeisance to one's initiating Guru, the Gurus have taught one the meaning of this Bhagavad, and to all the authors of Vedic literature, who are the Gurus of the entire world, proclaim Jai.
All glory to the lotus feet of Sri Guru Sri Gaura Sundar, Sri Gandharva, Govinda Sundar, and all of their associates.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, 105. Prayer for the purification of the mind and heart. Amara Jivana Sada Papirata Nahika Punyera Lesha
Amara Jivana Sada Papirata Nahika Punyera Lesha
Arera Urvega Diya Chiye Kata Diya Chiye Klesha
Parera Udvega Diya Chiye Kata Diya Jivera Klesha
Nija Sukha Lagi Pape Nahi Hari Naya Kvina Vinarta Parta Para
Nija Sukha Lagi Pape Nahi Dari Daya Hina Sparta Para
Para Sukhe Duki Sada Mitya Basi Gora Para Duka Sukha
Para Sukhe Duki Sada Mitya Basi Para Duka Sukha Kara
Asesha Komana Hiri Mahi Mora Krodi Damba Parayana
Ashesha Kamana Hiti Maje Mora Krodi Dhamma Parayana
Madhamata Sada Vishaye Mohita Hingsa Garva Vibhushana
Madhamata Sada Vishaya Mohita Himsagara Vibhushana
Nidra Lasya Hatta Sukharye Virata Akarye Udyo Viyami
Nidra Lasya Hata Sukhaye Virata Akare Udyogiyami
Atistalagiya Satya Acharana Lobahata Sarakami
Pratishtalagiya Satya Acharana Lobahata Sadakami
Nina Dujana Sajana Bhajita aparadhi nirantara.
Yena turjana sajjana varjita aparadhi nirantara.
Subhakarye sunya sadhanartha mana nana dukhe jara.
Subhakarya suna sadhana nana dukhe jara jara.
Ardakye ekanna upaya vihina tate dina akinchana.
Vardhakya ekana upaya vihina tate dina akinchana.
Vakati vinoda prabhura charane hare dukha nivedana.
Bhakti vinoda prabhu charane hare dukha nivedana.
Amar jivana sada papirata naika punyera vesha.
Amara jivana sada papirata naika punyara lesha.
Orera udvega diyachi ekata diyachi jive hatesha.
Parera udvega diyachi ekata diyachi jive klesha.
Page 58. De Vaishnava Thakura Jaya Rasa Gara Edase Karuna Kori.
Hey Vaishnava Thakura Dhaya Sagara Hey Dase Karuna Kari.
Divya Pada Dakaya Soraheya Maya Tomara Charanagari.
Diya Pada Chaya Surahe Amaya Tumara Charanadhari.
Jaya Vegadami Jaya Dosha Shodhi Jaya Guna Dehadase.
Chaya Vegadame Chaya Dosha Sodhi Chaya Guna Dehadase.
Jaya satsanga deha e amare vasachi sangera ase.
Chaya Sat-Sanga Deha He Amare Basichi Sangera Ase.
Ekaki amara dai pai bolo harinama satkirtane.
Ekaki Amara Yahya Paya Bala Harinama Sankirtane.
Tumi kripa kori sarabindu diya deha krishna namane.
Kumi Kripa Kari Radha Bindu Diya Deha Krishna Namadane.
Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite para, tomara shankatiya se.
Krishna se tumhara Krishna dite para tumhara sakate ache.
Amita Gangara, Krishna Krishna boli, Daita pache pache.
Amita Kangala Krishna Krishna Bali Dayatava Pache Pache.
Would you like to read the English?
O worshipful Vaishnava, ocean of grace, be merciful to this servant, give me the shade of your feet and purify me. I clasp you.
Subjugate the six urges, rectify the six defects, and bestow the six good qualities upon this servant. Grant me the six kinds of good association. I have sat at your feet, desiring that association.
Alone I do not have the ability to properly chant the Lord's name. Mercifully give me a drop of faith and bestow upon me the wealth of Krishna's name.
Krishna is yours. You can give Krishna. You have that power. I am very poor. Calling Krishna, Krishna, I run after you.
I run after you, I run after you.
You can read that if you like.
Yeah. I run after you, I run after you in hope of attaining the wealth of Krishna. If you desire to give Krishna, you can give him. If you desire to give, you can give Krishna. You can give. Krishna is the wealth of your heart. You have the power to give Krishna. If only you desire to give Krishna, you can give him.
Today is Shivaratri.
Yeah, sure. We did yesterday only probably. Many of the South Indian temples, they did Shivaratri yesterday.
Yeah, today.
So
Last night and today.
yeah, I also did fasting yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the end of the Sripad Bhagavatam, it mentions that Vaishnavana Yatha Sambhu is of all the Vaishnavas, Sambhu or Shiva is the greatest.
Shiva is the greatest.
Huh?
Shiva is the greatest.
What did he say?
Shiva is the greatest.
Shiva is the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Vaishnava.
Vaishnava.
The greatest Vaishnava. You know, Vaishnava. Who worships Krishna? Shiva is the greatest. He's the highest worshiper of Krishna because it says the Ganga is the highest river. And everyone worships the Ganga. And Shiva, then Achyuta. Achyuta is the highest god. Achyuta is Krishna. Achyuta is the highest of God. Then Sambhu is the highest Vaishnava. And then Bhagavatam is the highest Purana, is the highest scripture. So these four things. Ganga is the highest river. Then Achyuta is the highest Lord. Then Shiva is the highest Vaishnava. And then the Bhagavatam Purana is the highest
Scripture. Yeah.
highest scripture. Mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. On Shivaratri is the day when Shiva and Parvati marry. They get married on this day. They marry on this day. And also the day when Shiva does that dance. The dance of destruction. He does that dance on this day. And then Shivaratri is actually followed every month. There's one Shivaratri held on the 13th day of the moon. Trayodashi. And the 14th day. 14th day of the new moon. When the new moon comes, the day before the new moon is not Purnim, the other one. What is it called? Amavasya. Amavasya, the day before Amavasya is also Shivaratri every month. So there are 12. But there's one Mahashivaratri, that's today. It comes in the end of, sometimes at this time, March or February. That's Mahashivaratri. But this is also, today is the day before the new moon. The day before Amavasya. So he comes in the Krishna Paksha. Krishna Paksha. Now there's Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha. The dark night and the bright night. Bright fortnight and the dark fortnight. He's coming at the end of the dark fortnight and the beginning of the Shukla, the the bright fortnight.
Right.
When the new moon means there's no moon. It's dark. Moon is there, but it's dark. A new moon, that's called Amavasya. And then from the Amavasya it becomes more and more bright. So you get to Purnima. Then it becomes very bright, Purnima. And then from Purnima down it gets dark. So 14 days going dark, and then 14 days getting light. So Mahasivaratra comes on that day, on the 13th or 14th day of the lunar calendar. So Lord Shiva is considered the Lord of the darkness, of ignorance. He's the Lord of the ignorant, Tamagon. But he's the Lord of that, so he's not in Tamagon. But he accepts everyone. Even the most dark people, like ghosts, Bhutas, and dead people. Because you'll see them sometimes. Snakes. Even criminal demons, he accepts them also. Even your demon, he accepts. Because he's so kind.
Why is Krishna not that kind?
Huh?
Why is Krishna not that kind?
Because Krishna only wants the pure souls. You have to be pure. So Shiva is there. He doesn't take over Shiva's duty. Shiva takes care of the dark, he takes care of the Shukla, the light.
But why is Krishna called the highest of Shiva also?
Huh?
Why is Krishna called the highest of Shiva also? Highest of the Lord?
He is the Adi Purush. Adi Purush. He is the first.
Oh, Shiva is Adi Yogi.
Shiva is an expansion of Krishna. It's called the alter ego. The alter ego of Krishna is an expansion coming from Krishna. So they're not different because they're coming from Krishna, but they're different also because Krishna is the Adi Purush. Shiva comes after him.
Yeah, I understood. Thank you.
So this, now Shiva has many forms. Sometimes the form of Rudra, sometimes the form of Shiva, and sometimes the form of Sadhu-Shiva. Sadhu-Shiva is very high, the highest form of Shiva, Sadhu-Shiva. And that Sadhu-Shiva even takes part in the gopis dance. He's called Gopishwar. Gopishwar, another name of Shiva. So he is there, and the Rasa Leela at the gate. He guards the gate and doesn't let any male come in. Gopishwar is standing there. He doesn't let the others come in. So that's Sadhu Shiva, and then comes Shiva, and then Rudra, like that, different forms. Shiva and Parvati. And they're generally considered the lords of the ghosts and the demons and so many other things. So Shiva is called Asutosh. Asutosh means who's easily pleased. He can easily be pleased because even the ghosts, even the demons, asuras, all can come to him, and he accepts that. He gives them his mercy. And he brings them to the level. Shiva means auspicious also. Auspicious. When the jiva can rise to the auspicious level, who becomes auspicious means he doesn't engage in any more sinful activities. He engages in punya, no more pop. Then he can understand. Then he can come to the position of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is just between the material and the spiritual. There's a line, tatashta, between the Parvyo and the mundane, Devidam, and the mundane plane, Bhuloka, all those planets, Bhuvar, Svargaloka, all those planets, all part of the mundane sphere, the plane of exploitation. And there in the middle plane, the plane of renunciation, that is Shiva, Shivadam. And then above that is Vaikuntha-dham. Vaikuntha, and above that is Golokadam. So all these levels are there of consciousness. And one who is between the material and the spiritual, that is called Shivadam.
So ours is exploitation dham.
Huh?
Ours is exploitation dham.
Exploitation means the mundane.
Yeah, that's what ours is the
Maya.
Yeah.
The plane of Maya is exploitation. That's called karma. Exploitation means you do take something, and then something will be taken from you. That's exploitation. That's the land of karma. And of mrityu. Karma means you have samsara is there, in this land. In the plane we are now, mrityulok, there's samsara. Always dying. You're going to always die here. However many times you live here, you'll have to die here. People say you have to take rebirth. No, you have to take re-death. Death is here. Again and again and again. That's the plane of mortality.
Some people have lived beyond death here also. Right?
How do you get beyond that? That's the question. So that's called moksha. Moksha is beyond that. How do you get there? And Krishna explains that in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam praja. He explains you have to surrender to me. If you surrender to me, he says, moksha shami. I'll give you moksha. But you must surrender to me. If you want to do your own thing, you can do as many times as you like. That's called exploitation. But if you want to get out from that and come to me, you have to surrender. Mamekam sharanam. Sharanam means saranagati, surrender to me. That's how you get out. That's the key. That's the pathway. That's the door. So by taking up Bhakti Yoga, by serving Krishna, by remembering Krishna, by chanting his name, by offering food to him, all these ways we are trying to give our whole life to Krishna. Surrender our life to Krishna. Not that you have to stop anything. You have to do whatever you're doing for Krishna and not for anything else. That's all. Krishna doesn't say sit down in some quiet place and don't do any material activity. That's, yes, we must not do any material activity, but we must do some activity. And that activity is serving Bhakti Yoga, serving him, worshipping him, chanting his name, hearing about him, eating prasad that's offered to him. Patram pushvam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya pranashati. You take a leaf, a flower, a water. You don't have to have a big feast. Little things, offer him. And he says, if you do that with love, I will accept. That's prasadam. And we eat only that. What Krishna has eaten, we eat that. We don't eat it if Krishna hasn't eaten it first. Otherwise, that's not prasad. We only eat what is offered to him. Then we are free from karma. Every time you kill something, every time you eat, you have to kill something. So there's pop. There's going to karma that's going to come. But if you offer a sacrifice to Krishna, put on the plate, on the altar, dear Lord, you please accept this. Then that becomes free from pop, free from karma. And we get out of this material world. In other words, jivo jiva sajivanam. Life requires life for life. You have to kill to eat. You can't just eat dirt. You have to take some living entity in order for you to live. Life must take a life in order for there to be life.
It is exploitation.
Yeah. So we are very conscious of that. What was that story from the Lion King? You ever seen the Lion King? The kids have seen that. I think the circle of life. That little tiger was there. A little lion was there. And the father told, and when when the little tiger saw the antelope, he wanted to go and eat it. I said, no, don't do it like that. But that's our food, the little lion said. Father said, yes, but what is that? How do you tell the story?
He said, there is a balance in nature. So every time the lion is a little hungry or is in a certain mood, it just goes and kills an antelope or something like that. And it's going to throw off the balance. But he's saying, when you're respecting the balance, we still, yeah, it is our food source, but we do it when we need to, not whenever we want to. Then it keeps that harmonious balance, and that's what Mufasa said is the circle of life.
How does it keep the balance?
How does it keep the balance?
If he eats the antelope,
Because when they die, when the lions die,
And see.
they will become the dirt.
Yeah.
They become, whether it's just their body or they reincarnate as a plant, because you don't know when you're
Grass.
samsara you can come as anything, a grass, blade of grass, whatever.
And the ants also eat it.
And the antelope themselves are eating the grass. So it's like this. So the lions eat the antelope, but then when the lion dies, the antelope is eating the grass, and that will be the lion. So it's like this.
so like that, samsara, the circle of life, the circle of death. So we offer, even I know in the American Indian, when they used to kill the buffalo, they would go, my dear friend, they would tell the buffalo, my dear friend, I am taking your life this time, but in the next life you will take me. You will eat me. They knew that. Today, modern science, they don't know that. But even the ancient, in this country, in this world, in this land, the American Indians, they knew that. Reincarnation. Only the modern scientists.
We are by birth born, brought up in that
I know.
karma is there, karma will be there, you should do good because karma is coming back to you. From
So that,
small age we have,
that wisdom, however, is lost to the modern people.
we are not saying this to be.
Yes.
We're
So a
teaching
very
them
important thing.
ABCD.
It's a very important thing, yet nobody's teaching that now. So we have to remember. And what Krishna said, how to get out from that. They don't know, even today, many Indians don't know how to get out from that verse. But that's quote Krishna told in the Gita, 18 chapters, 1866. He says, Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami. Mokshashyami masasa. I'll give you liberation from all that. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. All your sinful activities will be removed when you surrender to me. So what a valuable book. No other book explains that so clearly as Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna. That's Krishna's own words. So Shiva represents the middle portion. As soon as you give up exploitation, then you come to the middle position, renunciation. Exploitation, renunciation. Now what's above renunciation? When you renounce this world, what is there? Then there's dedication. The world of service, of love. Whom you love, you want to serve. If you love Krishna, you want to serve him. That's the service world. And you don't think about myself. That's exploitation, what I want. But when I sacrifice, what I give, that is dedication. That is devotion and bhakti. You understand? Very simple. There's bhakti, mukti, and bhakti. Bhakti, you know, bhakti means enjoyment. And bhakti, mukti is freedom from that. And then there's bhakti.
Prabhuji, in the cycle you told just now, there is thing called sacrifice.
Yes.
So we are cutting the cycle of karma then. So for whatever we do, we are not expecting anything back there.
Yes, yes.
So why are we doing that anyways?
Because of this, we want to get free from the samsara. We want to get free from this exploitation mentality. It's a consciousness. Our consciousness is like that now. We're taking, here's the environment, we think, oh, how much I can take, how much I can take for my enjoyment. That consciousness has to be changed. How do you change that consciousness? One, if you meditate, you go to the mountain and you sit And like this, you become free from that worldly life. But it's only renunciation. Become free is only renunciation. But how do you engage yourself? What activity can you do positively?
But still we have to go through this cycle also. Even though our mind is in that stage or in that plane,
Yes.
but still we need to go through this exploitation stage,
Body-
mukti stage, and
Body may go through that, but it is told in the Gita, if we read Gita very carefully, we'll explain it, that what you are meditating on, that you will get in your next life. Huh? What is that verse?
but parallelly all these cycles also are to be adhered.
Huh?
Right?
What?
Parallelly, the cycle of exploitation, the cycle of mukti,
Yes.
even though we are in the cycle of bhakti in our mind, these stages also have to be adhered in the life.
No, but Krishna will take care. That's what he's saying. Sarva.
Oh no, we have to remember this. We have to remember what's going on here. See, the mind is the problem. The mind thinks it wants to engage in this world with this exploitation. My mind thinks I will be happy like this by doing these things. Huh? By getting money and getting a house and getting a family, all these things. Yes, it's true. Going to the movies. All these things, they think I'm going to be happy. That's the mind. Thinking. What we're thinking, how you can become happy. That's exploitation. However, when the mind can be trained, it's the mind. How it happens to bring us back into the cycle of samsara is the mind. When the mind is thinking of something that it wants in this world, it'll come back to this world. I'm just trying to remember that verse, but I can't. But anyhow, this is the idea. When the mind is thinking, at the time of death, if your mind is thinking, I want to enjoy this, I want to enjoy that, you'll come back to do that.
Yeah.
If your mind is thinking, I don't want anything anymore to do with this world, you'll go to that plane of neutral, Brahman. You'll go to that plane. Or when you're practicing yoga, you take your mind away from all the objects of the world. You draw the mind up into the Brahmarandra. There is all free from all material hankering. All material. The mind is completely controlled. Tum. I can't remember right now.
But it's about what?
Remembering what you remember at the time of death.
At the time of death, yes. So, anyhow, when you're doing yoga, you come to that plane of neutrality. And you're not thinking of anything mundane. You don't have any more desire for the world. But that is only the middle plane. That's the renunciation plane. Tyagi. So Krishna says, Sarva Dharmam Parityaga. To give up all your duties of this world, all your sense of having to do something here, and just focus upon me, that you want to serve me, that you want to come to me. That will be the key to unlock this circle and make it go in a direction, a higher direction. And you won't have to come here. Huh?
How can you believe it so deeply?
Because Krishna says it. He's God. If he says it, it must be
belief,
true.
right?
Huh?
That's just a belief, right?
Then it's just, of course. But either you believe God or you have your own belief. And what do you know?
Nothing. Just
You
live
know.
like.
Yeah, but
just
you
live.
don't know. But if God
Why
says,
should we know something? Just live. That's all.
yeah, but God, that's not what Krishna says. So we have to believe either him or ourselves. I accept God because I don't know anything. What do I know? What do I know?
I don't know anything.
Uh,
But why can't we live without doing anything?
Yeah, so we believe in Krishna. He says he is God. Aham sarvasya prabhu. Amen. I am the source of everything. Everything is coming from me. And he's written the Bhagavad Gita. It's such a beautiful book. Everyone is honoring this book. They think it's the greatest philosophy that ever was spoken. Everyone, all these great poets and literary people.
I don't want to be great or anything. I just want to live.
Okay, that's up to you. But we believe what Krishna says. And we find that if we can do that, it's very nice. It gives you peace of mind, peace of heart, and a
Ignorance
joyful life.
is suffering.
Huh?
Ignorance is suffering.
Yeah.
Ignorance is suffering. Right?
Ignorance, yes. So there's so much suffering in this world. And Krishna is giving the solution. How to get out from that. So we follow and find it very nice. Yam yam vapi swaram bhavam vichatyante kalevaram. I got psychic connection with her.
Yeah.
Is that the verse?
Wow.
Did you read it?
Yam yam rapi smaram bhavam chatyante kalevaram.
He's your Shishya.
Bharti Kaunteya sadata bhava bhavi.
Yes, exactly. Yam yam vapi smaram. Smaram means remembering. Whatever you're remembering at the time of death, that certainly you will take that birth in the next life. You may think that that's a faith, but it's not faith. Everybody, even like I said, Indians in America believe that. Why do the Indians believe that? Why do people believe that? Even Socrates, Plato believed that. Why do they all believe that? Something must be there. And our deeper memory, that memory of our original position is there. And then people can understand, of course. Just like you, any of us. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Tehino.
Dehino sminyatate kumar yovanam jara tatade hantaras praptir tiras tatra namuyate.
You know the meaning? Tehino sminyatade kumaram yovanam jara. One time you were a little baby like your daughter. You were like that. But where's that body? Not there anymore. Now you're a lady. Elder lady.
No energy also of this baby.
And then later on you'll become old lady with gray hair and everything. So our body is always changing, but you are the same person. When you were a small girl, when you're a young lady, when you're an old lady.
If I get Alzheimer's, I'll not be the same person also anymore.
What is that?
If I get Alzheimer's,
Oh.
I will not be the same person also anymore.
But
You'll be the
the
same
point is,
person, you just won't remember. That's
Yeah.
different.
mind is there and the body is there. And the mind is your identity. Body is not your identity. Your mind, everything. Something subtle is there. And the soul is even more subtle. So all that is there. And if the mind is thinking of something at the time of death, it will come to another body to fulfill that, what your desire is. If you are free from all desires and only thinking of Krishna, you will go out from this world and to Krishna Loka.
Prabhuji, why should we need to think mind is superior to body, so we should give importance to mind? Why it all just
Because how did you come here? How did your body get here?
in car?
Huh?
No. Before getting into the car, how did you come here? You thought, right? You thought.
Your body caught me here. Why? Because your mind was thinking, I want to go here.
Oh, my mind said I want to be with Ajay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mind controlled your body. Your body was sitting there. It doesn't do anything. It just sits. When your mind says, get up, body, get up. Go this way, go that way. It's the mind. So mind is superior. Huh?
Are people with greater mind superiors?
Huh?
Are people with greater mind superiors to?
What is this she said?
Are people with more intelligence superior to lower intelligence?
Superior. If they have knowledge, real knowledge about their eternal identity as servant of Krishna, that is the highest intelligence. However much intelligence you have, if you are a space rocket scientist or something like that, they're just as unfortunate as a dog.
Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. If we think we are superior to animals, but
No, they're the same. Animal and rocket scientists are the same because they're all going to have to take birth again. So that's how much intelligence you have is not the point. How much you understand it, what your real position is as a servant of Krishna. That's the highest intelligence. It's the most perfect thing. If you have that, you're no comparison to anybody else. Only a fortunate or more unfortunate. One who has that idea is fortunate. One who does not have that idea, unfortunate. That's all. So, who has the mercy of Krishna, who understands that he is the supreme, and we are the servant. That is the most fortunate. Who has the mercy of Krishna, and we want that. We want that for ourselves, and we'd like to see that. If everyone had that, then we're very happy. No one better, this worse.
Everything comes to belief at last.
Of course. That's not a bad thing. I mean, look. You're digesting your food. You eat and you digest your food. Do you know how it happens? No. But you have faith that when you eat, it's going to digest, right?
I don't know anything about
You lift your arm. Do you know how you do it? But you know when you go, I want to lift my arm, it's going to lift. You don't know how. That's faith. When you walk on the ground, will the ground suddenly part and you fall in? Every time you take a step, you're having faith that there's going to be a ground there. When the sun is coming up in the morning, are you doing that? You don't know.
I neither asked for that.
But it's coming. So you know it's happening.
Just ignore it and
You ignore
be
it,
your way.
but it's actually, you have to have faith that it's going to happen. Because if it doesn't happen, you won't do anything anymore. You think, am I going to live in the next minute? Some people are like that.
I am also one of them.
Huh?
I am also one of them.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
So those who have faith in Krishna, they have a very loving life. They know the Lord is there and they can do anything. They are not worried. Krishna says, Ma Sucha, don't worry.
It depends upon the individual purity towards the belief in Krishna. Not that whoever believes in Krishna or the...
Yes, the purity must be there. And then those people are very happy. If you're pure, you're very happy. If there's something you want from this, that, the other thing, then you'll always be worried.
So why to believe in Krishna? Just don't have any kind of exploitation mind. Just be loving. Why do you even know Krishna for that?
Because Krishna is very nice.
I want it.
It's so wonderful.
I want it.
When you know Krishna, you'll know so much nice. That's called sat-cit-ananda. It's called sat-cit-ananda. When you come to that platform, you'll think there's no better thing you could ever do. Sat-cit-ananda. Eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. And you'll be enlightened. And not only happy, but enlightened. Hare Krishna.
If I don't want to be enlightened?
No problem. Ye yatamam prapadyante. What is it?
Ye yatamam prapadyante tam stitaiva bhajam yaham mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvasha.
You know the meaning? As they surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. If you want whatever you want, He will give you. If you only want this much, He will give you that much. If you want this much, He'll give you that much. If you want more than anything, infinite, then He'll give you that also. So why settle for less?
Because nothing is less or nothing is more. Everything is what it is.
Okay. He doesn't mind. And whatever you think. No one is forcing. You can't force someone to love Krishna. Somebody to come from here. If you have this big glass, then you put it, water will be full. If you have a glass like this, you put the water, it'll be full. Have a big glass like this, put the water, it'll be full. They're all full. So according to you, what you feel is full. That is your nature. No problem. Akila Rasamrita Murti. Akila Rasamrita Murti means the reservoir of all pleasure. You know reservoir, huh?
Yeah.
But you
What
ever
is
heard of the
stored
reservoir?
in the reservoir?
You ever had the reservoir of pleasure? That's Krishna.
I'm not interested in pleasure.
The reservoir of pleasure.
We have to
Rasa,
pay for every pleasure.
Ananda, huh?
We have to pay for every pleasure.
Not that kind of pleasure, it's your birthright. That pleasure, Amritasya Putra. You are the son of that, the son and daughter of that reservoir. You are the son and daughter of that.
But that is all belief.
Yes. If someone tells you there's some gold in that cave, all kinds of jewels in that cave, you're walking by and you meet some man and there's a cave, and some man tells you there's so many jewels in that cave, and you say, oh, that's just a belief. How do you know there's no jewels in there? And if you go in, then you can find out. Otherwise, you know, no, that's just a belief. Then you don't get any jewels.
You miss the jewels.
Right?
No shopping.
Yeah, sometimes we have to believe. Then we can find. Otherwise, if we don't believe, then you won't find. She okay?
No, she's sleeping.
Sleeping.
She sleeps in that.
You want to put her on the
No,
chair?
no, she's.
What's that?
I
Hey!
leave them anyway.
Okay.
What? What's this?
Well, so sometimes faith is good. Otherwise, we don't know everything. And we have to investigate. We have to examine. I'm a scientist. When I came to Krishna consciousness the first time, they were telling me these, you can become sat-cit-ananda. I never heard anybody in my life say, you can become eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. They told me that. I said, nobody ever told me that. Even made that promise, whether it was true or not. Nobody ever said that to me. And I go, let me try. What do I have to lose? I'm not eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge now. But when if I try that, if I become, then what I have gained, some wonderful thing. So I said, all right, I'm going to put myself in the test tube. I'm going to try, see what the result is.
Are you happy all the time?
Yes, all the time, without any interruption.
Any interest?
Only
That's
if we
great.
forget Krishna, then there's some problem. Only if we forget.
But this is all of only belief.
Huh?
This is all of only belief.
Yes, that's the key. Shraddha. That is the key of eternal happiness. Shraddha. You have to have that faith that you are happy.
That can be manipulated in any form.
Huh?
Thought can be manipulated in any form.
And at present you're thinking what? Well, I'm happy, no problem. No. And where's that coming from? Your thought. If your thought is, oh, I can be happy all the time, then what's the problem? Is that a bad thing?
No, I'm saying, so we need not have Krishna as a source of happiness. We can manipulate thought that you are happy all the time. You can be happy.
Mhm.
So why do we need Krishna for that?
Because I told, because he is the highest pleasure. Having a relationship with him is the highest pleasure, the highest happiness you can ever have with anything. You can have happiness with so many people. But if you have happiness with Krishna, there is no higher happiness.
Why? Because we have Bhagavad Gita and we can know life as it is. Or why? Why is that?
Sometimes Maharaj is saying, right, when, let's say we don't want to have happiness with Krishna, we just want to have happiness however it comes normally. If we get hungry and we have no food, we're not going to be happy, so we have to take something to be not hungry. Where are we taking that from? An environment, right? But if I just went inside somebody's house, a different environment, and I started taking food without worrying about who put this food here. Yeah, I can't just take it, then I'm stealing, I'm exploiting them. So when we're going into the natural environment, just because it doesn't look like a little house with a refrigerator, how are we just taking things from that environment without worrying, who put this here? Then we're just exploiting, that's selfish happiness. What if we're saying, who put this here? How can we learn about who put this here? And right? Then that's where we're questioning, oh, who is God? What is God? And that's where we're coming, oh, Krishna. Of course we're going to have some faith because we're hearing so many different things. That's based on what our heart is. But we can also see that we're just taking things and we don't know where they're coming from. So either we ignore that, and that's just ignorance, or we can at least say, well, we are taking something, and it's here somehow. So how is it here? And then we can start questioning like that. You know?
And our mind calculates and it finds a way. Everybody and everything are doing the same thing. An intelligent person calculates, a normal person calculates. If we have some intelligence, maybe we'll go in depth of things, but that doesn't mean that is everything. Even a small ant is also a being. It has no intelligence. It doesn't mean, it may not know Krishna also, but it doesn't mean it is being low or it has nothing to its.
No. Only one thing, the ant is going to take birth again. He's going to die. He has to take birth again. You are going to die, and you're going to take birth again.
And there
If
is
you
no
go
guarantee.
to Krishna, no, you don't come back again. What do you want?
That's belief, but when it's not
Well,
proven.
yes, but what if it's true? This is Veda. Veda is not just a matter of belief, that is the absolute truth.
What is absolute truth? Everything
What
changes
is,
in
what
time.
is the truth? What is true? That is Aveda. What is true?
At
Not
the
what you
same-
think is true, but what is true.
Yeah. How will we know?
Only by trying it. You have to have faith, yes. Otherwise, you have faith now that there's only you know what's going on. What you think is okay, that's okay. That's your faith. I don't think like that. I think I don't know anything. How can I trust myself? I did so many bad things, so many wrong things in my life, thinking I could be happy. I became a Ph.D., all these things. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel like I knew anything. Only some letters in my name, and everybody thinks I'm a big scientist. I don't think like that. Then one day my guru said, life comes from life. He told me like that, life comes from life. Why are you thinking life comes from chemicals? Life comes from life. I thought, of course, life comes from life. Where do you think the grass comes from? Any scientist can make that grass, one piece of grass. Any scientist can make that. They have all these chemicals and formulas and so many things, but they can't make one piece of grass.
So surrendering to the person who does that is the best thing to do.
Huh?
So surrendering.
Oh, Guru gave me that. Every common sense is there. The only common sense is that life comes from life. It doesn't come from chemicals. That's common sense. We see that everywhere. You know, this baby came from you, life. It didn't come from the rock. You can't get a baby from the rock. Life comes from life. Then the scientists are going crazy trying to think how to make life. From what? They can't do it.
No, someday they will learn to do it.
Someday. They don't know how to do it. All the
Right
science,
now, maybe.
all the science that they have today, they can't. You put all the scientists in one room and tell, all right, make a blade of grass. No, we can't do it. And not all the science we have, we won't be able to do it. Because life is not just chemicals. Life is a spiritual principle. And when my guru told me that, I was convinced. Of course, I've been misled all these years. 200 years, 1,000 years, however many years they're thinking like that, it's all wrong. That's Maya. And the fact in front of your nose is that life comes from life. That everybody can see. Why is that not scientifically accepted? What you can see should be the science, no? Based on what you can see, what you can experience. Science should be based on that. What we see every time, life is coming from life. Then, why is that not scientific principle? Why life comes from matter? Where's the science in that? Nobody sees it.
Sita Devi came in a box.
Huh?
Sita, Rama's wife.
Sita came
in
from-
a box.
She came from the earth.
She didn't come from life.
She came from earth.
Earth.
Earth is, but who is earth? Bhumi.
Life.
Her mother was Bhumi.
All the trees come from earth.
We think earth has no life, but there's Bhumi there.
No, I believe it has life.
What was he doing?
Hare Krishna. So, and like I said, Veda is truth, what is. And like Veda tells, life comes from life. Jiva jiva sajiva, life requires life. So they're thinking everything is running by mechanical, that the earth is a machine. They're running by mechanical principles. And Prabhupada once said, if everything is a machine, do you know any machines that run without anybody there to make it turn it on? No. Machine won't do anything unless you turn it on. It can't work by itself. So they're saying everything is mechanical. What mechanical? You have to wind up a clock, you have to do so many things. A computer doesn't just do something automatically, you have to tell it. So this earth, this world, this universe may be like a machine, but who's the operator? Has to be a person.
You got convinced by your guru, and that is how you came into this line.
What's that?
You're convinced by your guru, that is how you came into spirituality?
Well, also my own thinking. I recognized that what he was saying was true. I couldn't deny it. And I'm thinking in so many opposite ways, and then when I heard him say this, and I said, of course, what he's saying is correct. I could understand. I mean,
Because you were intelligent.
By my intelligence, by whatever, by the good grace of Krishna and Guru, I could understand what he was saying was correct. I'm not biased. I'm not prejudiced. I was looking for truth. What is real thing? And he said it very plainly and simply. And I thought, nobody said that. I go to the university. They don't tell you these things. You know. Here, a simple guru, simple man, wearing this cloth, and just telling, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And try to understand some simple things. That's all. You don't have to be, like I said, you don't have to be so intelligent or a rocket scientist or anything. Simple person who wants to know what is what. Doesn't want to be fooled anymore. Doesn't want to be led in this direction or that direction. Only what is the fact, how I can live in the proper way. That makes sense to me. And that fulfills me, gives me some satisfaction.
I'm not able to surrender.
Why did I surrender?
She's not able to surrender.
You're not able to surrender. You'll come a few times.
Yeah, I come because I'm with this fellow.
Maharaj said some joke.
Krishna is in your heart, and in all our hearts. Sarvasya chaham hridhi shani visto. What's that? Sarvasya chaham hridhi shani visto.
Sarvasya chaham pradeshani vishto.
Matas matir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna is within everyone's heart, and he's giving you knowledge, remembrance, forgetfulness. All these things are coming from him. Vedaischa sarvayaraham Vedo Vedanta Kriyeta Vedeva Chaham. And all the Vedas are there to tell about me, Krishna says. All Vedas are about me. Because I am the writer of the Vedas, I am the author, and I am the knower of the Vedas. So that's what he says in the Bhagavad Gita. So he's giving all these things to us in a very open way. And once we understand what he's saying, what that means, Aham sarvasya bhava, I am everything, the origin of everything. Everything is coming from me.
But nothing is attracting me more than I'm attracted to this fellow.
That's good.
That's good, okay.
And this fellow brought you to Krishna. So, what has happened?
No, nothing in the world is attractive.
To be attached to a devotee is perfect.
Oh, okay, that's good.
One who is attached to Krishna is a devotee.
So it's enough that if I come with him,
to
like,
love
it's
the
enough for
devotee
you?
is to love Krishna.
Is it enough for you that I come with him? Okay.
Very good. We worship the devotees. That's why we come, we offer dandavats when we meet the devotees.
Oh.
We were singing those songs about that. And Vaishnava is the devotee. And we offer our obeisance to the devotee because he has Krishna. He has Krishna. So from that devotee we can get Krishna also. What his love for Krishna is, we can get from him. So it's very important.
I will definitely come. This is my place.
Okay.
Thank you so much for giving your time.
That's my duty, my service to Krishna, to you, and to Ajay, Prabhu.
You are very patient. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Vinoda Thakur is there, like.
What did you say?
Bhakti Vinoda Thakur?
Bhakti Vinod.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur, yeah.
Yeah, Bhakti Vinoda Thakur is at a higher stage of bhakti. But
Yes.
but he still says, Hamara Jivan Papera, like I'm the biggest sinner. And he says all the bad qualities in him. So
I'm wicked and
yeah, I'm wicked and all those things. If a person like that is saying something like that, so we should not even you should not even think of living, right? So,
I think that's very important to be able to see things the way he does. If you can see what is bad in you, in yourself, you're above that. Be able to see that, to make it an object to yourself. Understand? When those sinful thoughts and feelings and desires and behaviors are objective to you, then you have to be above that. Most people deny that there are all those things within themselves. But to acknowledge that is already to be beyond them. Most people are not aware, not conscious of the bad things in themselves. That's a very high position to be like that. To be conscious of what are the bad things. Not necessarily that you're doing them, but that you're capable of doing them. That you're capable of being those things. And you know, those are the wrong things and what the right things are. Otherwise, some people are oblivious to their own faults. They're oblivious. And they're taking those faults and doing so many things that they think they're good. I'm a good man, I'm a pious man of this. They're not very conscious. If those things are not conscious, we can actually be doing those things and being that way. But once we're conscious of them, then we're not above them already. We're not engaged in those things. And then we know how to engage in other things, rather than being happy when people become unhappy by making people miserable. We know how to make people happy by teaching them about Krishna consciousness. And whenever it's not connected with Krishna consciousness, that's a bad thing. So he was very conscious. Bad things and the good things. And that's an important point in the Ishopanishad. What is that verse? 11th verse of the Ishopanishad. One who is conscious of both the bad, the Vishaya, and the transcendental. Has to be conscious of both the material things and the spiritual things. Must be conscious of both, otherwise You've been doing something material and thinking it's spiritual. Okay. So you have to know what is material, what is spiritual, both. So you don't get confused.
But Prabhuji, I'm ignorant of all these things. I don't know anything. And I don't have the gist of knowing anything.
So then we have to be patient. Krishna tells us, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. I will give you the knowledge. If you are always devoted to me. Those who are devoted to me, he says, I will personally give the knowledge in your heart. And that may come from Guru, it may come from anything within your environment. Krishna will tell you.
Oh.
If you are dedicated to him, if you are sincere to want to serve him and want to know him, then he will definitely help you. Don't think Krishna is not there. He is there. And he's giving these instructions to us. So he doesn't leave any rock unturned.
When she's small kid, she used to think Krishna is her friend.
I'm sorry?
When she was small,
Small child, yeah.
yeah, she used to think Krishna is her friend. So she used to talk with him until she met me
Okay.
in the college. So after that she stopped talking to him. So when I say Krishna is God, no, she feels Krishna is her friend. So she don't have that acceptance of like saying he's God. She says she's her friend.
Okay.
So I don't know how to, yeah. That's like, it's helping her to become more Krishna consciousness, I don't know.
You're seeing God as your friend.
No, Krishna is my friend from small age.
That's right.
From small age.
From small age, Krishna was your friend?
Yeah, in my household he was introduced to.
That's very high.
Okay.
Very high. Very high.
I'm not high.
But she left him when she met me. She's not talking to him anymore.
I'm talking to him.
The same.
And he also came back to, suddenly in his life, he suddenly came back to
Okay.
the person I left.
It's okay. To become a friend of Krishna or to become a friend of Krishna's devotee, the same thing. Same thing.
I'm not even thinking about Krishna or Krishna devotee. I see Krishna as my friend and he as my partner, physical partner.
You know that there's one saying in English, you love me, then you have to love my dog. If you don't love my dog, then I can't be my friend.
Vidyam sha vidyam chayastha vidobayam saha avidyam mritam jirta vidyam mritam.
Achu, he's on
Vidya,
copies.
Oh.
He knows the Isha Parasad all. I got a good memory by Krishna's grace.
I want to tell you something, Prabhuji, which
okay.
I never shared with anybody.
Huh?
Which I never shared with anybody.
Change anybody.
I never shared with anybody.
What did he say?
Shared.
She wants to share something with you who she never shared.
He never shared this with anybody. Okay, sorry. Okay.
When I'm small, I'm not academically
A bright student.
a forward student. I was having the least ranks in the class. And then I was not treated well in the school or in the house. I was very, very sad all the time in school.
What's that? Why?
And I thought, are people with intelligence alone are the human beings to be considered as human beings? Are the people who have no big intelligence in mind are not to be considered human beings? I was always given the answer that only they are the highest in the rank of living, and all the remaining people are the lowest in the rank of living. And I have this tendency in my heart that never give importance to human beings
That's a
depending
card.
upon their mind. Because every human being is
It is a
capable
card.
of living.
Card. What is the card? Wow.
So-
a card.
So,
Andrew, this is a card. It's card.
Okay.
Wow. It's card.
Ajay has a very kind heart. He accepts everyone without discrimination.
so I never give importance to mind.
Eh.
Because that mind never made me happy. Because people who had greater mind always made me low to see myself as low.
Andrew. How's the
So I
kid
thought, if people who have greater
No,
mind
no.
are like this, then why give
This
importance to
one.
them? They don't deserve. In my world, I don't give any space to them because they have made me always look down on myself. So here I am today. I feel if Krishna is only for the intelligent people, then why to even
Wait,
have
honey.
any greater people? Because they are all
Achoo.
making
You have
differentiating
people
between great
inside.
and less,
People inside.
and making
God.
people look down on less things and making people look greater on greater things.
Maharaj said before, the people who made you feel that way, like the rocket scientists, they're intelligent because they say they're intelligent because they can make a rocket and go to a moon. But like Maharaj is saying, right? Intelligence is having a heart to understand Krishna. So the people who are saying, yes, I can make a rocket, I'm smart, you're stupid, I'm going to step on you. How foolish are they? The most foolish.
Actually,
The most
you
foolish.
make a call
So-
out people.
I can't
Yeah.
understand Bhagavad Gita or I can't understand Bhagavatam.
But it's not something people who say they can understand with their head are not understanding, because Bhagavad Gita is saying how you can surrender to Krishna,
I
and you
just
learn that
see-
that means how you can surrender to Guru. So when you have a big pundit coming saying, yes, I can read everything, I can remember everything, I'm so great, that is not understanding Bhagavad Gita. That is being able to have some mental strength and not using it properly. Intelligence in Bhagavad Gita and in anything is how you understand Krishna, which means how you can surrender to
But
Guru.
Krishna says in Gita,
but all this is about belief basically, right?
no. Krishna says in Gita, Bhakti Mam Abhijananti. Means I can be known by love. He says that. He doesn't say Jnanamam
What's that,
Abhijananti.
Raju?
He doesn't say I can be known by knowledge.
Huh?
He doesn't say that.
What's this?
He says Bhakti Mam. Bhakti Mam Abhijananti means I can be known. Bhakti Mam. Mam means me. You want to know me? Bhakti. I can be known by your love. Not by your knowledge, not by your intelligence, not by buddhi, not by jnana, and not by karma. By your love.
Only by love.
Only by love, that's all. Then
So I'll just love.
we know the story of one devotee in Mahaprabhu's time. He was reading Gita, and he was holding the book upside down. And tears are coming from his eyes, and he's reading the Gita like this. And Mahaprabhu saw him, he said, you are crying. He said, you have the Gita upside down. How you can be crying and how you can be reading? And he was saying, oh, my Guru Dev told me to read Gita. So I'm trying to read it, but I don't know how to read. Anyhow, then why are you crying? He said, because I'm thinking Krishna is so kind. He came as the charioteer of Arjuna. He took the lowly position of the chauffeur of Arjuna. And I'm thinking how kind that Krishna is. And Mahaprabhu said, you haven't understood the Gita better than the biggest scholars have understood. Even they don't know these things.
So love is the answer.
Love is the answer. Love is the only way you can understand what is Gita and what is Krishna saying. And who is Krishna?
And what is love in your
Love.
definition?
Achoo, I want
Service.
card.
Whom
I
you
want
love, you want to
card.
serve, you want to satisfy, you want to make them happy. and they want to make you happy. That is love.
People
Well, you don't think about your own happiness, you think about the happiness of others, and they are thinking about the happiness of you.
But if I think the happiness for others and I do things for them only,
Well, that's not love.
but I am losing myself then.
Yeah?
And they may step on me anytime in life.
That may be. But if you actually love them, it won't matter.
Oh.
Krishna told us when he was Mahaprabhu. He said, my dear Lord, you may crush me. By holding me so tight, you may crush me. You may kill me. Because you have so much love for me.
Oh, that is called.
That's pure love.
That is called love.
Unconditional love. Unconditional. I love you under any condition. You may step on me, whatever you want to do. That's your prerogative. And I'm just there to love you.
But I will be gone then. What's the point?
You're eternal.
What's the point?
You're eternal. When that relationship is with Krishna, you won't be gone. You'll be there. Eternally.
Internally?
Eternally.
Eternally.
Forever.
Sat-cit-ananda. Sat means eternal.
And that's belief again. That is belief again.
No, it is
Belief? That's love. Unconditional love.
What is this?
Has nothing to do with belief. It's so far beyond belief. Belief, you believe in something, then when things turn around, I don't believe that anymore. In Germany, when the soldiers would go to war, the ladies, they would all go to the church. Dear Lord, please bring my son, my husband back again. When they didn't come back, they were killed, the ladies stopped going to the church and they stopped praying. Almost everything. That's not faith. Faith is based on love. Faith must end in love. Faith is the beginning of love. But if you stop there and you don't go further into love, then it's not a very superficial thing. Faith is a superficial thing unless it ends in love, unless it becomes an expression, a beginning expression of your love. The first point at which love begins is faith. You can't love someone you have no faith or trust in. Right?
Love is without anything. I just love for love.
Huh?
I just love for love. I don't.
Say,
I have no.
a very high position. A very high position. That is real love.
It has no definition in my. Faith also comes under give and take, right? Faith is like we are creating a matter which has a shadow. Faith, belief, I don't define all those stuff.
Okay.
Love for love is my definition for love. Does it work?
That's very nice. Anyhow, you have a good connection with your husband. He has a good soul. So you're very fortunate.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're very fortunate. You just keep that love for him. Everything will be fine.
These are like questions to me from a long, long time. Time is coming up that I have to clear up all my questions. I'm feeling so.
Okay. That will happen.
Because it's becoming hard for us to travel in the same plane anymore because he's becoming more and more Krishna. I want to clear up all this.
Everything is in his hands. He has the control over everything. So if one is sincere, certainly he will direct you in the right way. They will. No question.
And I read this Jiddu Krishnamurti books when I'm small. So accepting anything will be like missing our own experiences. We are imposing beliefs on our heart and mind, we are imposing beliefs.
Yes.
When we are imposing belief on our heart and mind, we will not have that real expression of our heart.
Yeah.
Is what I believe from a small age.
Okay.
In my journey of life towards what I thought
Yes, it's
I should
true.
know the truth.
But there is a faith that it doesn't come from us, that it comes from Him. That kind of faith is mercy, a merciful gift to us.
How will we know that?
Because it won't be an imposition, something that you impose. It will be something that you express automatically, spontaneously. That which comes out is spontaneous expression of your heart.
So I'll wait for that spontaneous expression. I'll wait for that spontaneous
Yes.
expression.
He will come. He will give you that.
Okay.
Aham sarvasya pavo matak sarvam pavartate. Ti madhava janti mam buddha bhava samagridaha. He says, I am giving you everything. Even your faith in me, even your devotion is all coming from me.
Okay.
We think we are loving Krishna, but he is giving us the ability or the grace to love him. All coming that way. Whatever we think we are doing, that is not right. He is doing. He is doing. Tanami Puri Yoga. I am giving you the intelligence by which you can come to me. He
I
is giving.
cannot connect my heart to what you're saying.
Huh?
I cannot connect my heart to what you're saying.
Okay. You can connect.
She can't connect her heart to what you're saying.
With what I'm saying, you can't connect your heart. I don't know. What is it you can't connect?
That he is the giver of
Uh,
the intelligence or the
uh,
whatever.
yes. You can't believe that. No, you don't feel that.
Yes, yes, yes.
You don't feel that.
You believe in supreme energy, right? Some energy.
Yeah, energy. I believe in energy.
Yeah, so
Because
so
energy is what I have experienced the highest.
that energy we call Krishna.
Alright. And yeah, that's what Krishna says. And I can believe it because it's like in my life, I never thought, when I was a young boy, I never thought I would go to Guru or I would worship Krishna. That never came to my mind. Never. All of a sudden, here I am. I didn't do it. It's not my plan. You met him. Did you plan that?
Yes,
You planned that?
yes.
To meet him?
Yes.
How do you know he was in this world when you were a young girl? Did you
16 years old, when I'm 16 years old,
Huh?
my family has brought a alliance to marry me
I see.
in India, and that person went back because dowry was offered after 1 year.
Okay.
I got offended by the arranged marriage system.
She felt insulted. Someone insulted without seeing her, rejected her without even seeing her.
So Krishna was my friend when I was from a small age. So I saw Krishna's picture and I said to him, if I'm a true human being, I will marry a person whose name is A. Ajay Kumar. My father's name is Ajay Kumar. I love my father a lot.
Okay.
So his name should be A. Ajay Kumar, and my father's main interest is chess.
Why is it?
So his interest also should be chess. That person I'll marry in my life. And he came when I'm 19 years old. I told this to Krishna and I'm 16 years old. So I planned him this way.
You requested Krishna and Krishna granted it.
Krishna, yes.
Yeah, I asked Krishna and Krishna gave me.
So you did not.
Yeah. So you didn't. Krishna answered you.
He answered your prayer.
So when you asked me, did you plan him? Means yeah, that's how I planned him.
You asked for him, and then it came true.
Okay.
That's not a plan, it's a request.
Okay,
So-
yeah. I asked for that.
And it came true.
So I thought maybe it can be called as planned. Okay.
You asked, and Krishna said yes, and it happened. Otherwise, what? Simple. Maybe
So all Krishna's mercy.
he's your friend, so he's just playing games with you right now. He's playing
I
hide and seek.
don't know.
Even Srila Sridhar Maharaj is saying like this so many times, playing hide and seek. So sometimes he's hiding,
Yeah.
and he's not going to show up for a while. And then he says, here I am. And you say, oh, my friend. Okay.
Oh, he never did for me. He's
Hiding
always
now.
there.
No?
Yeah. If I just open, he is everywhere. I just don't open him, that's all. I just don't like go to him, that's all.
That's how he's hiding. Where's that desire?
I am
to not-
hiding from him. To more to say, I am hiding from him.
Yes. That desire is coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's coming from him. He's in, just like he's everywhere you said, he's also in you. And
Maybe.
so it's like this.
So do you, at home, do you read any books to your wife?
We just decided to start reading Bhagavatam.
Started reading Bhagavatam?
Yeah, just like
Okay.
just.
No, he has been reading so many books to me for a long
Okay,
time.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And do you do puja at home?
I don't. I feel I'm an atheist because
Okay,
I don't do
okay. Yes,
frame
okay.
connections. I don't.
And
feel.
then do you offer your food?
Yeah, I'm offering
Okay,
fruits at this time. Yeah.
that's all right. Be patient.
Our boats are very different ways of.
It's okay. Makes it interesting.
Okay. My father is an atheist and my mother is believer of
God.
frames.
Yeah. God.
My grandfather is a communist. Maybe, I don't know. Some say that line you have got, that line I don't know.
When will he start school now?
September.
September this
He's a
year?
pre-K already, he's going to pre-K.
Okay, how old is he?
5 years.
5 years.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Maharaj, I have a question. Like, my desire is to do homeschooling, like in Krishna consciousness,
Okay.
returning to the school.
Very good.
Yeah, but we ourselves are not at the Krishna conscious level.
Okay.
So how to bring up kids in the Krishna conscious?
Find someone who can teach him, some devotee.
At the temple, they may be able to help.
Temple.
I think.
Huh?
Temple, they have Sunday school. That's only, yeah, Sunday school. That's only
Now
one.
you find someone,
Uh-huh.
some Brahmin who can teach him. Or a Vaishnava who can teach him. If
Ma-
you-
Maharaj, if you know anyone, recommend. It will be great help, Maharaj. I'll send him to him. If you know anyone, yeah, recommend.
What?
I'll be very happy if he turns up like him.
What?
Yeah.
I think he wants to start one school
Oh, great.
for the children.
Yeah.
But one person may be difficult. We can get a couple of students.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to bring more students. My friend, he came here once, Santosh,
Yeah.
like long time. Now he moved to another place. So he is interested to study kids also for like he's in main interest to study Vedas.
Okay.
But I told like, in this time learning Vedas is too complicated. Let me start with Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
That is a summary of Vedas. Yeah, but I can convince him.
Well, first he has to learn reading and writing these things, huh?
Yeah.
A, B, C,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That things he has to learn also.
Yeah, he's
He knows
like
that.
little bit teaching.
And then things that children learn at that age, I don't know.
Yeah, because
And then he can learn also about Krishna consciousness as well.
Okay.
for service and service. I'd be comfortable with saying this, right? How they have you have to come to Madhyam Lila,
Mhm.
Madhyam Adhikari. What do they call it? Madhyam.
Yeah, Madhyamadikari.
Madhyam Adhikari.
Yeah.
To have to preach. So it's necessary to learn the worldly aspect of things,
Okay.
because then how will preaching happen? It won't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just to the extent where as Krishna conscious parents, it's like you're learning this not because this is what the truth of reality is in absolute, but this is how we can relate to the rest of the world, and we're trying to help the who's preaching about Krishna consciousness, how we can relate.
Yeah.
So it's like I have no idea about this in real life, I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But it seems like it would be a very subtle process because it would be a lot of back and forth where, unless you go to some very pious Montessori teacher or something like that, I don't know what programs exist there, but where the teacher's respectful of the spiritual lessons that you're trying to impart on your kids, and not telling them that this is the only reality. Your parents are trying to brainwash you into some nonsense, you know?
That may happen in future.
Yeah. So, but like finding a Montessori school or something that's not so mainstream, where the teachers are just going to be very Tamagun, they're a little more sattva at least, may be good, because like Maharaj is saying, he needs to learn all the normal stuff, like all that. So, and the Krishna conscious stuff, you know, if we can like arrange something, that would be super nice. But that wouldn't be like a 5-day a week thing, I think, because
Sure.
you know.
Whatever, even if one day also I'm fine.
Yeah.
1 or 2 days also fine.
You discuss with him
Sure.
what you want him to learn,
Yeah.
and you tell him, and see if you can make some program.
Sure, bro. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that Srimati Mataji is doing after school program in a big scale, on a big scale.
Who?
Srimati Mataji.
One of the devotee is doing after school program for
They
kids.
have done
but-
homeschooling to the both of the kids, and both of the kids now know Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita by heart, and they can even talk about that relating to the outer people
Okay.
other than the Krishna conscious people.
Okay. This is someone in ISKCON?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
he is gone.
So we got impressed seeing them actually. That her child, she's now like 15. But she sometimes sees on the Vyasapit, you know what Vyasapit. So she even teaches Bhagavatam to others, and so and she knows Bhagavad Gita, everything by heart,
And she can relate it to other people who are not Krishna conscious in a very intense way, that they get connected to the Krishna consciousness.
So they are
So
not.
their parents started now a program called After School, Gita After School program.
Okay.
They
Oh,
are-
so they go to school and then they come there?
I don't know how it goes, but recently they have started this program and they are putting all their effort into that.
Okay.
They have given me a paper before going to India. I have somewhere in my home, I need to go through that now.
I see.
Just now I came back. That's one thing is there, every day.
They live far, like we need to find
No,
some.
no,
You
they
decide what you want to do, how you want to do it, and discuss with him, and
Sure.
then make a program.
A few times a week or whatever. We
Sure.
have to figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very new. So.
Sure.
What do you do for living?
I have a small business right now, doing holistic health coaching at some like assisted living facilities.
Oh.
Like this.
Oh.
And looking for another part-time job. Anyhow, Krishna is producing so much fruit, and when we're trying to practice, we're not wanting so many things. We're trying to how we can use what we have better in seva, and it's a dynamic process. It's not something that is figured out before you do it. You have to have the faith is there, and it unfolds as you're in it. Otherwise, you know, it's not that, okay, Krishna, I'm not going to do it until you tell me everything right now, and then I'll do it. No, it's a give it, like you were saying, it's give and take. Right? Love is giving service, and although we're not looking for it, service is being received. Krishna is also responding. And you see this in the daily give and take of whatever a day holds. It's there. You have to have the faith to go in that direction. Otherwise, it would just be speculation. You would think,
Yeah, that's what I'm.
yeah,
Everything will be speculation. That's what I'm.
you have to practice. That's why when you do it, then you'll see. You know?
Okay.
You'll appreciate just the fact that even if you're not believing, but you're still doing for whatever reason, for a sincere reason, then change you'll see.
Okay.
Things will change.
That's a good thought. I'll do that. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we have some